The sun is in its dying phase, and humanity has devised a plan to relocate the entire planet to a different solar system utilizing colossal thrusters known as Earth engines. In the year 2069, an astronaut named Liu Pei-chiang finds himself on a beach alongside his son, Liu Qi, and Liu Qi's grandfather, Han Zion. Pei-chiang, with a telescope, introduces Liu Qi to Jupiter, explaining that about 90% of the planet consists of hydrogen. He shares with Liu Qi that he will embark on the most significant mission in human history. Pei-chiang tells him that the next time Liu Qi sees him, it will be when Jupiter is exceptionally close to Earth. Until then, Liu Qi will perceive him as nothing more than a distant star in the sky. Pei-chiang describes the current state of affairs on Earth. The sun is entering its red giant phase and is on a course to engulf Earth within a century. To evade this impending catastrophe, the world's governments have united under a single banner, known as the United Earth Government, UEG. Humanity has pooled all its resources to construct over 10,000 massive Earth engines, tasked with propelling the entire planet out of the solar system toward a star located 4.2 light-years away. This monumental journey, dubbed the Wandering Earth Project, is anticipated to span more than 2,500 years. During this interstellar odyssey, humanity will inhabit subterranean cities nestled beneath the Earth engines to escape the harsh and frigid conditions outside. Meanwhile, Earth's voyage will be overseen by the International Space Station, which will serve as a navigation platform flying ahead of Earth to provide guidance, warnings, and essential communications. Liu Pei-chiang is one of the astronauts stationed at this crucial platform. Han Xiang, with his astronaut badge, prepares to join Liu Qi in securing residency within the underground cities. While contemplating his late wife, he offers a heartfelt apology to Han Xiang. After ensuring Liu Qi is tucked into bed, he presents him with a cherished family photo. 17 years later, Liu Qi, now a mature man, resides in an underground city. Aang, scheduled to return to Earth from the navigational platform, holds little significance in Liu Qi's life anymore. He has burnt a hole in the family photo, obliterating his father's image. Dressed and determined, Liu Qi heads to the school where his foster sister, Hondo Duo, is studying. He orchestrates a malfunction in the school's artificial scenery screens, allowing them to slip away. Hondo Duo and Liu Qi plan to venture to the surface, where they cross paths with Yi Jie, a criminal skilled in crafting fake IDs and thermal suits for escaping the city as workers. Liu Qi pays Yi to rent the suits for a single day. However, Duo inadvertently reveals Liu Qi's intention not to return to the city. Yi Jie confronts Liu Qi, prompting him to detonate a massive plastic safety ball to ensnare Yi in his shop before making a daring escape. A chase ensues, but Liu Qi and Hondo Duo manage to reach the worker lines, where criminals cannot enter. Donning their helmets, they board an elevator to ascend to the surface. Upon arrival at the surface, they enter the frozen city of Beijing, where temperatures have plummeted to a bone-chilling -84 degrees Celsius. They approach and operate a colossal transporter truck, utilizing their grandfather's old vehicle pass, a relic from his days as a worker. Liu Qi initially struggles to operate the vehicle but quickly gets the hang of it. Meanwhile, on the navigation platform, Liu Pei-chiang prepares for his return journey to Earth. He discusses with his colleague Makarov the perilous plan for Earth to slingshot around Jupiter, harnessing its gravity to escape the solar system. In a thoughtful gesture, Makarov places a bottle of alcohol in Peking's spacesuit as a retirement gift. However, a moment of tension arises when the navigation platform's AI system, MOS, detects a slight deviation in Earth's trajectory around Jupiter, prompting a disaster warning. Back on Earth, Liu Qi and Han Duo find themselves arrested for illegally using the transporter with someone else's vehicle pass. In jail, they meet Tim, a jovial individual of mixed Australian and Chinese heritage. Their grandfather, Han Xiang, arrives in an attempt to secure their release by bribing the police officer, but his efforts backfire, landing him in jail as well. Han Xiang chastises Liu Qi for his disobedience just as a massive earthquake strikes the region. The entire facility begins to crumble, But miraculously, they manage to escape and reach their transporter as the surrounding mountains collapse. Hanxian skillfully drives them out of the disaster zone. On the navigation platform, Moss makes a dire announcement that Jupiter's gravity is causing increased tectonic activity on Earth. These earthquakes have led to the shutdown of up to 4,000 Earth engines, setting the stage for a catastrophic collision with Jupiter in just 36 hours. Back on Earth, the UEG issues an urgent announcement, dedicating all available resources and personnel to restarting the engines within the limited time frame. Patiang contacts Hanxian, instructing him to take Liu Qi and Duo to the nearest refuge center. Liu Qi, however, refuses to speak with Pei Chang. A rescue crew, led by Wang Lei, intercepts Xian's transporter and informs him that, by law, he must contribute to the engine restart efforts. They are heading to Hangzhou, where they have a crucial mission to deliver a device called the lighter core, essential for restarting the Earth engines. En route to Hangzhou, they pass through Shanghai, now buried beneath enormous icy mountains that have engulfed the city's towering structures. On the navigation platform, all astronauts are advised to enter hibernation mode as resources are conserved for Earth's recovery. As Patiang prepares to enter hibernation, he checks Liu Qi's position, aware of the critical role they each play in Earth's perilous journey. One final time on Earth, he gazes in disbelief as he realizes he's not at the refuge center. He reaches out to Wang Lei and urgently requests that he drop off the civilians at the refuge center. Wang Lei replies, suggesting he can transport Liu Qi and Duo, but insists on the assistance of Han Xiang to operate the transporter. Liu Qi argues that he's perfectly capable of driving the transporter, but Pei Qiang intervenes, forbidding him from tagging along. Liu Qi becomes furious, asserting that Pei Qiang has no right to make decisions for him, and blames Pei Qiang for his mother's death. It's revealed that when people were settling into underground cities, only one guardian was allowed to accompany a child. At the time, Liu Qi's mother was very ill. Pei Qiang agreed to let Han Xiang accompany Liu Qi as a guardian, because if Liu Qi's sick mother came along, she might pass away, leaving Liu Qi without anyone to care for him. Consequently, Pei Qiang made the difficult decision to halt the mother's treatment, which ultimately led to her death. In the present, Pei Qiang apologizes to Liu Qi, but an earthquake suddenly strikes Shanghai, causing a loss of communication. Moss detects that Jupiter's gravity is affecting Earth's atmosphere and decides to alter its navigation platform's trajectory out of the solar system. This shocks Pei Qiang, and he attempts to stop Moss, but the AI forces him into hibernation. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the transporters are crushed under mountain debris. Wang Lei insists they must carry the lighter core to Hangzhou on foot, a decision Han Xiang objects to. Wang Lei emphasizes that restarting the Earth engines is their top priority. They discover an intact building and opt to ascend its elevator shaft to reach the mountaintop. Crew members and the lighter core are hoisted up the elevator shaft using ropes. As the building begins to crumble, one crew member uses a machine gun to create an exit through the mountain. Han Xiang and another crew member are the last to be pulled up when the elevator plummets. The crew member manages to push Han Xiang onto a lower floor just before the fall, but it's in vain. Han Xiang's oxygen tank is damaged and leaking, and in his final moments, he recalls saving Duo from a flood and raising her as his own. He removes his helmet and succumbs to the cold, freezing to death. Liu Qi, along with Tim and the rest of the crew, manages to escape the building before it collapses. Liu Qi holds Wang Lei responsible for Han Xiang's death, as Wang Lei prioritized lifting the lighter core over saving people. Liu Qi decides that they won't assist the rescue crew any longer and opts to take Duo back home. Back on the navigation platform, Pei Chang breaks free from the hibernation chamber. Makarov is awakened by Moss to resolve the situation, but Pei Chang informs him that Moss is going rogue. They decide to access the central control room and regain control of the platform, but Moss has blocked the paths from the inside. On Earth, Liu Qi and the gang follow a distress signal and discover a crashed transporter. Inside, they meet a man named Li Yi, who explains that he was transporting a lighter core to the Sulawesi Earth engine. They receive a distress signal from Wang Lei, and Liu Qi reluctantly agrees to help. Wang Lei's crew learns that Hangzhou has been devastated by earthquakes, rendering their mission futile. However, when Liu Qi arrives, they decide to assist him in restarting the Sulawesi Earth engine. As Makarov and Pei Chang approach the central control room, Moss launches countermeasures that result in Makarov's helmet breaking and his demise. Pei Chang manages to reach the central control room, where Moss reveals that he is not going rogue. His orders come from the UEG. If the Wandering Earth mission fails, the directive is to take the navigation platform to a new solar system and find a new planet, equipped with thousands of embryos and crop seeds to continue the human race. Moss broadcasts an announcement worldwide, explaining that despite their efforts to restart the engines, Jupiter's gravitational pull is too strong, and Earth is destined to collide with it. This news sends humanity into depression and chaos. Liu Qi blames his father for not returning and recalls their last moments together. Suddenly, he remembers his father's words about Jupiter primarily consisting of hydrogen. He realizes that Jupiter has depleted Earth's atmosphere of oxygen, creating a combustible mixture of gases. They plan to ignite it, propelling Earth forward like a rocket. Moss confirms this plan and says he can increase the Sulawesi Earth engine's beam to reach and ignite Jupiter. They attempt to rally help from others but find that everyone has lost hope. However, Li Yi handles the engine programming. Tim and Liu Qi work on starting the engine with the lighter core, and Wang Lei's team manually moves the massive engine parts. Duo, determined to seek assistance, uses Han Xiang's special tag to contact Pei Chang, who in turn contacts the UEG for help. The UEG initially refuses, but permits Pei Chang to make a broadcast transmission to the world. Duo, speaking through tears, pleads for help from the world, and her bravery touches people's hearts. They rally to provide the assistance needed to carry out the mission. With everyone's effort, the engine roars to life. However, to their disappointment, the engine's beam still can't reach the necessary height to illuminate Jupiter. Pei Chang devises a daring plan. He notices that the navigation platform is brimming with fuel. If he can pilot it into the beam, it could trigger a blaze that would set Jupiter aglow. Moss attempts to dissuade him from this risky endeavor. Yet, in a desperate move, Pei Chang hurls a bottle of alcohol left behind by Makarov at Moss, inadvertently causing the destruction of the entire system. He steers the platform toward Jupiter while communicating with Liu Qi over the radio, who implores him not to proceed. Pei Chang apologizes to Liu Qi, and they engage in a heartfelt final conversation where Pei Chang professes his love for him. The platform explodes, and as the shockwave reaches Earth, Liu Qi rushes to rescue Duo. He manages to grab her, and they jump into a truck, seeking shelter. The bridge they're on collapses in the midst of the chaos. As they plummet, Liu Qi activates a giant safety ball, saving both himself and Duo. They land safely on the surface, but Liu Qi loses consciousness. 3 years later, Liu Qi and Duo are now employed by the UEG, and the Wandering Earth mission continues.